Don't you forget you're special. Don't you forget you're special.
We were all born different, even those that look alike, even twins of differences and can be identified.
Welcome to the Able Show. My name is Elon Carter, and today I have my co-host,
Kendra Shoemaker.
Samantha Bowie.
I'm Rebecca Cristancho.
And if you want to initiate laughter and lighten up the mood, then we have a special guest today, Hollywood's funniest comedian, Kym Whitley. DJ X-Ray, take it away.
Or give up on your quest. You can call me if you need someone to vent to. I know you just trying to be the best you can make it to. I swear it's all in your mental. All you gotta do is just know that you're special. Come on.
Life will always test you, turn you to the best you. Don't know what you've been through.
We're back. We have Kym Whitley. Not only is she funny, she's actually beautiful. Like, really pretty. Stunning.
Thank you. This is a whole show with a bunch of ladies. This is fun.
Yes.
Very
You're
exciting.
here.
Thank you.
So I just saw you on Happy Gilmore too. Is that right?
That's right.
Saw you in the back, cleaning the window, looking through the every shot. Like, girl, I'm a little starstruck.
I love it. I know. I recently watched that also.
Well, thank you very much. It was a fun gig.
You are always working. That is wonderful.
Blessing.
Like, non-stop.
Blessing. God is good.
And you're aging backwards. That's the good thing.
I'll take that too. I'll take a little age backwards. You know, really, I really feel like it comes from within. You know, happiness and living a good life. A lot of people are like, oh, you got to be healthy. You eat right, and all this stuff you do. I don't do none of that. I eat bad. No. You know, I try to eat good, but I really am a true believer of when you are happy from within, it will come on the outside and you will look youthful and be happy.
Yeah.
You see those people that are always mean and upset, they are aging quickly.
So a fun fact is you didn't grow up here. You were born in Cleveland?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Where were you raised?
In Shaker Heights, Ohio. So that was the most part of my life, and before that I lived in Sudan, Khartoum.
That's cool. Yeah, I was reading that.
So
How was that?
That was, you know, when you're a child, you think everyone lives in Africa. You think everyone is raised that way, and as I got older, I found out, nope, Kym people. Nope. This life, it was a very different life. My father was building schools in Sudan, and we, you know, of course, Americans, the company who he was working for at that time, really took care of us. And I swear it sounds crazy, but it was a black family, a white family, and a Chinese family.
Wow. Just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we all hung out together, still know each other, still in contact.
Wow. That's cool.
So it was a great experience.
Like, that's you, that's your spirit. So was it like maybe the way you grew up in Sudan, did you parlay some of any of your experience?
No, I will not say. What I will say is that I come from a very funny family. I'm not the funny one.
Oh, that's right. You just marketed on it.
Yes, I did. And it's so funny as I went back to a high school reunion and people were like, you know you're not the funny one. I was like, but I really believe this. You should grow up and take over the family business if that's your passion.
Yeah.
What I have found out is if it's not your passion, it's not going to be a good life for you. You're not going to do the company right. My brothers should not be architects.
Are they listening? We got to
Because they're funny,
get them
right?
going.
Because they'd rather be comedians.
Your career, like, you've obviously been very successful. It seems like you've been in a lot of shows and movies and things like that. Do they ever ask you about that, or like?
Right.
No, they don't care. My brothers don't care. My family don't give a damn. They do not care.
They want to take responsibility for you being funny, I bet.
Right.
No, but you know what? They used to care. What happened is they really, when I first came to LA and I was like, I'm gonna be a Soul Train dancer. Back in the
We got
day.
some Soul Train dancers up here.
She was a Soul Train dancer. I was a Soul Train dancer a little bit, but that was the big thing, you know, to be a Soul Train dancer. And then I got on there, I was like, there I am. I was only on there once, but it was a
that's
thing.
one time.
And they don't believe you, because so many people come on here and they don't make it.
Right.
So until I remember my brother one day was like, oh, okay. this is real. Like you really out there, you really making money, you gonna stay out there. Once I say, oh, watch me on this, watch me on that, or this commercial. So then they're like, this is what you do. Even when I complain about what I do, my brother's like, Kym, this is what you do. This is what you've always done.
Right.
This is what you do.
We will be back and we will get more stories from Kym Whitley. We are back with more funny stories from Kym because she's making us laugh because now we have stuff in common. So, but I do want to ask you this: when you got started, and it says that you kind of had an encounter with Redd Foxx.
Oh yeah, that is.
So you had to be a baby.
I was
when that
very
happened.
young. But like you said, still funny. And I really always believe that if you have a certain talent or a certain light, people will recognize it. And I must have, especially when I must have a light because I was on the set of Harlem Nights. Oh. And my other friend, Desi Arnaz, who's an actor, you know, when you first come, you get a little group of friends. And he had to work, because we all had to work. And he said, can you take my son? He was a little boy in the movie. He said, I can't make it to set today, but he has to have a guardian on set. Can you go? I was like, hell. And I went to set with little Desi, and just on the set and acting crazy and having fun, and Redd Foxx took notice and he said, are you a stand-up? And I was like, I want to be. I had about I had a little pad this big. I had been writing jokes. And he said, get 10 minutes of material together and I'll help you.
10 minutes?
Oh,
Really? That's a long time.
That's a lot.
That's a long time.
Thank you.
That's a lot.
Redd
I
Foxx
used to do
didn't
stand-up.
understand.
That's a long time.
If he'd have said 3.
Fresh out there, I was gonna say 3 would have been
2.
great. Yeah.
I'd have been like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was also scared of the cocaine and other stuff he had. So I don't know, you know, back then, that's when my mother was like, you go to LA, it's gonna be sex, rock and roll, and drugs. That's all she kept saying.
Yeah.
So I literally thought everybody was out here was high and drinking orgies.
Yeah.
I was so afraid of everyone, but that's what encouraged me. And he said, you know, you're pretty. He said, you don't see pretty women doing stand-up.
Were you
Yes,
doing
they
that
are.
before doing acting?
Look at you talking, girl. I'll be glad when this one speaks.
In a few.
Okay, y'all so quiet. What were you asking, love?
Were you doing stand-up shows before acting?
No, I was an actress first.
Before, okay.
And then moved into stand-up. And you know, that's difficult also, because a lot of the stand-up comedians would say, oh, Kym Whitley snuck into the back door of stand-up, which is an insult, but not really. I was like, does it matter which door I came in as long as I got in? You know, but a lot of people feel like when you're a stand-up, you gotta suffer, you gotta sleep in your car, you gotta do clubs every night. I was like, I gotta work smarter, not harder. And I had to figure out how to get in this game, and I looked at stand-up like acting. You're just performing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
What was your first show like? Like, what was going through your head when you're on stage the first time and you're like, okay, I need to be funny and I don't see other people's reactions?
first of all, you think I remember that?
She's just
That was a blur. The very first time I did it was in Leimert Park.
Yeah.
It was on this place called the World Stage. The place might have been as big as this right here. And I said, and actually the truth is, I did it the night Redd Foxx died that day.
Wow.
And since I did not commit myself to him, I committed myself to doing the stand-up. So I was like, you missed an opportunity, go do it. And that's what made me do stand-up that day. I got up and I said, just do 2 minutes, just talk, just get up there. And some comics were like, this is the World Stage, you can just go in. I swear there might have been 20 people, if that, in there. And I went up on stage and I think I told a joke about seeing a man. I was at the light and I thought he was cute, and he got out the car and he was this big and he was whatever. And I got some laughs, and that was the first time I ever did stand-up. And the first time I did stand-up on television was at the Apollo Comedy Hour. And it was right after the earthquake, the big one, and they flew me to New York. First of all, the Apollo, period.
It's a hard
is
crowd.
You
better come right.
Yeah. Really?
I was like, okay, let me tell you something. They called, I don't think I've ever been so nervous in my entire life. I didn't think your body could shake. I used the bathroom 7 times. And they were like, and I was behind the curtain. I'll never forget, they were like, coming to the stage, Kym Whitley. And the curtains opened, like, you know, but you have to go through this door. They had built like a stage, had a little door, and you come on out, right? And the stage manager said, go. I did like this. I said, no, I'm not going. I'm not going.
On second thought.
No, and the man was like, get your on here. So I was like, so then I saw he got on the radio. He said, okay, let's start it again. Okay, just a second. He came over and he said, are you going out or not? He said, you get your out on that stage. That's how they started. I was like, okay, I got it. So he went back and he said, okay, announce her again. Coming to the stage, Kym Whitley. And I just went through the door, and you know how they make these doors, especially back then, had a little, you know, the frame. They didn't think, oh, let me cut the frame at the bottom.
Oh, no.
They got the frame. I tripped.
Oh no.
The first laugh.
The first laugh.
Yeah, there we go.
So they saw it. They probably thought it was a
Part of it, I tripped because I jumped up, and what I do say, God has given me a gift of improv, which I didn't know I had until this moment. I tripped out, I said, I'm tripping. Oh my God, the rest is a blur.
because you don't remember.
Blacked out.
You just went for
I
it.
just went, that's it, got off the stage.
Wow.
And-
if you can break the Apollo Theater, you're in. It's almost, it's the initiation.
I don't know.
But it is.
I don't know if there was a boo. I don't know if there were claps, but you're absolutely right. If you can do the Apollo, now let's fast forward. Who do you think is the resident host for the Apollo Theater for their annual fundraiser?
Oh, I love that.
Who do you think represents the Apollo for the Kennedy Center Honors?
That's amazing.
First time Kennedy Center Honors gave the institution, you know, the necklace, the Kennedy Center. And I was invited to represent the Apollo. And so I think about, you never know where you're gonna be, what life, from that on stage of this is, I go on that stage now when I'm at and I laugh because I was like, this little bitty on stage. What was I afraid of?
Like a Cinderella story, because your story is different than most people. You don't think it was easy, but compared to what everyone goes through and coming, I want to talk about, we're gonna go to break, but you come from Ohio and they produce so much talent out of there. I don't know what is going on? What are you guys, water? What are you drinking?
Yeah.
We will be back with Kym Whitley. We are back with more funny stories because we're laughing off the camera. We were talking about Ohio. Like they produce, you know, you said, I don't know, it's the I really haven't spent any time there. I don't even know if I've been there, but what is it? Like there's so many, like, you know, actors and singers and
Basketball players.
Everything.
Everything. You know, we've tried to figure this out for years, but we think it's the water, like just being on that lake and the cold winters. You think about people that do come out of Chicago, but I think people really want to get out, and I think we spend time in the house figuring out, there has to be a reason that there's so many. We wrote pages and pages of people that have come from Cleveland, Ohio, but just even Ohio. I mean, the other day I was like, what? Cat Williams from, you know, look, my mind just went, but he's from, I think, Columbus or Cincinnati.
Really? I didn't know
and then
that.
we have, what's our big comedian? What's wrong with my mind? Because I want to say Dougie Fresh. It's not Dougie Fresh, but he got the same head. What's our comedian that got in trouble with the transgender comedian?
Oh, Dave.
Dave Chappelle.
Oh, yeah, he is from Ohio.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And he moved back.
Talk to
Does
Dave.
give like a
Dave, forgive me. You know, he got a bar and he got a comedy club.
Yeah.
One of the nicest, one of the nicest people.
Yeah.
So there's so many, Steve Harvey, Drew Carey, Arsenio Hall. Like we can just go to
Howard Hewitt. The singer Howard Hewitt.
Howard Hewitt, the OJs, Levert.
Yeah.
I can go on and on and on, but Jane Kennedy, like we can go.
I think it's the Midwest.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, everyone
Midwest
needs
is
to
like
get
people
out.
just like
Halle Berry. Look,
Midnight Star, we had them on here recently, the last
brings
show.
out you want to find something and
yeah, I think
A lot of
that's
musical talent there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
Oh yeah. Along the lines of like you've mentioned a lot of people in the industry, is there anyone that you've looked up to, sort of like I want to be like that, or that has
No, I can't
inspired-
stand none of them. I don't want to be like nobody here. No, Marla Gibbs. She was producing and putting things together, you know, way before it was popular for black women. So Marla is definitely one. Marsha Warfield was instrumental early on in my career. I look up to now my peers, Wanda Sykes, Lena Waithe. I look up to these women that are out there doing it, you know, for themselves.
Yeah.
And they're friends, but they're really taking as we could say, the bull by the horn and doing some things.
What about your docuseries, Raising Whitley?
Oh yes, that was.
About that.
Yeah.
How did that come about? So that's really, you're going into the producing.
Yes, I've been doing a lot of producing, but Raising Whitley was, you know, Oprah was definitely instrumental. She heard my story. I'm very good friends with her makeup artist, Derek Rutledge. Wow. And, you know, mentoring girls and being in certain women's lives as a young girl. And I say young, but she was a young adult, but, you know, she had a baby. And I don't know how you leave a baby at the hospital and put a tag on it with a phone number. And basically that's what happened. And the hospital called me and said, you got a baby here waiting on you. And I thought it was all, you know, crazy. But I remember the true story is this, that I don't even think I've told this before. I was at dinner with Oprah and Derek Rutledge, it was his birthday, and Gail, and I think Andre was there, and her hairstylist, makeup artist, all this. I come in late, everyone's dressed. I look like a haggard witch.
Oh, no.
And it's at this high-end restaurant, but I had just gotten this baby. Let me tell you something. I didn't care about nothing. This baby is crying every 2 hours. I gotta keep him alive. That's all I knew, is you gotta feed him, because he came with instructions. I swear the ladies was like, this is what the lady said. I don't know who the lady was, but they brought the baby and was like, you gotta feed him every 2 hours, that's in the bag, and here's some ointment for his belly button, and here's some diapers. I was like, I said, this ain't a puppy.
Yeah.
I said, y'all gonna just leave a human being here? And he fit in my hand. Now, thank God my mom and dad were there, because my mother took the baby, because I don't know what this is.
Right.
I couldn't, I was like, Mommy, my hand too big. How you gonna, I can't wipe the booty? I said, I can't. My mother snatched that baby away from me so quick.
She took it off. We have a mutual friend. And so when that happened, I didn't know the backstory. My kids were little. And she called me and she goes, my friend Kym has this baby. Someone gave her the baby. I don't know what happened, but we need you to help. So I went to the store, Tamiko Mosley, and I bought you a whole bunch of stuff for your baby. You don't know that. And I said,
your
yeah.
mouth.
And she said, and I said, well, what happened? She goes, well, somebody that was her friend gave her this baby, but bring her stuff. So I gave you a whole bunch of stuff, just so you know. I love that story.
Tamika and her husband came over.
Yeah.
And they gave me a crib, they gave me a baby thing, stuff that you get, like it was unbelievable.
She collected it from a whole bunch of people, because she's overwhelmed, but we all had kids, and my kids are now
I
grown.
needed all the stuff. I didn't know, I needed instructions.
I didn't know about giving you instructions. I just knew you needed things.
Vivica Fox said, meet me, I swear to God. Vivica Fox said, meet me in the parking lot of such and such off Melrose. I said, what? She said, meet me there at 3 o'clock. I meet her there. She pulls up. She said, "Girl, I'm running, girl.
She's auntie for everybody's kids."
Baby, she pushed the button. Her trunk opened up. It was filled with baby stuff. Wow. She said, back your car up, back the truck up. And she put all the stuff in. She was like, bye, girl, I gotta go.
But you didn't have the instructions. That was the thing. We should have kind of done a tutorial for you, right? Because all our kids, because Tamika, we all had young kids.
Yes. What a blessing.
And I was wondering, I was like, oh, I wonder whatever happened, you know.
Now I know.
So
would you like to come get the stuff? I still have it.
I got grown kids now.
We can use it for the grandchildren.
Yes.
So how old
That's
is
so
your
funny.
My son, who I got at 4 days old, is 14 years old.
Wow. 14?
Life goes fast. He's 14. And I kept saying, I'm gonna get him a sister. I'm gonna do this and that. I did nothing. But, you know, he changed my life. He is my heart. You know, how life just goes. And I still need help. Yeah. You know, 14,
this is a tough age.
Very,
tough,
very difficult.
Yeah.
But he's acting now? Is that?
No, he does some stuff. He went to Wendy Raquel Robinson School, AGC, and he doesn't want to do any work. He's entitled. He's one of these kids. He don't want to work at nothing.
Sound like
he said he want to be he want to be a basketball player. That boy, he'd be out there.
It's the internet.
Once a month.
They think that it's so
once
easy.
a month, she said.
Good.
What are you working on next? That's something we all are curious about.
Getting this boy right, but so I have a movie called Killing Mary Sue. It's on Prime. That one's just came out also, but definitely Happy Gilmore 2. I have my podcast with Sherry Shepherd.
Ooh.
Two Funny Mamas.
Oh, both of you
Funny
guys are
Mamas.
hysterical.
Yes, which is, we're 3 NAACP Image Awards in. We have a good time. I have a movie that I'm producing. It's called Walk in the Light. If you ever go to walkinthelightthemovie.com. But we're trying to, it's an animation film about the tragedy at the Oklahoma City bombing. Oh. That was our first terrorist attack, you know, domestic terrorist attack. And it's a short, it was about 30 minutes, animation. But I believe it can win an Oscar.
Wow. Yeah.
And
that'd be great.
It's a great story. I believe it's something we can get into schools and let people, you know what happened. It's about a blind man. See, a lot of the stories that came out of it, there was one particular story. He owned the cafe downstairs and he was blind, but he saved 5 people and himself because you can't see. But he's always not seeing, so he knew how to get out.
Oh, wow.
He knew the path to take. Yeah. And he had everybody follow his voice and walk with him and go over this debris. So we did it in an animation because it's pretty, you know, that's a sad, you know, it's like 19 children died. We talk about the daycare that was in there. But it's a walk in the light. So please, you know, pray for us. Go to the website and you know, we're crowdfunding. But I'm really looking forward to that. That's a passion project of mine.
Yeah. And it's important.
How has your faith played into your career? Because you've mentioned a few times, you know.
I did the Lord, Jesus, hallelujah.
Yeah.
You know, when you come out here, it's a great interview too, girls. I really, this reminds me of when I had a talk show called Old Drama, and I miss it, and you don't get to talk to women and like this. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
It's great having you here.
Thank you. When you start in a career, and you will know because you're young, and even now, but when you're young and you start off, everything is not going to go your way. We can go to our mothers, we can go to our fathers, we can go to our friends. But what I found in this business, when all else fails and you are on the floor, and I mean literally on the floor, and you are crying and you have no hope left, there is nowhere else to turn that I found but to my faith. And I remember those days of being on the floor. It could have been an audition because when you're young, that's the only thing, you know, something that just breaks you down. But what I have grown to know, that prayer, and that when you look up, you can get up. But when you stay down, you're gonna stay down. And so my faith has always helped me in decisions, in going on this career. And I've just said, you know, God, hey, take me where you want me to go. Take me where I can help people. Let me use my light to help others. And so that keeps you busy. If my gift is laughter, then I'm bringing laughter into darkness. I don't know who I'm helping out there. I don't know who I'm touching. But I believe that is my, and my mission. So faith is very important to me, because at the end of the day, I don't know what else you got. Your friends can help you, but when you really got to say, hey.
And they got their own stuff going on too in life. It's like we love each other so much, and we want to be able to offer and help everybody, but like at the end of the day, it's us, right? In the bed or 6 feet under, wherever.
Wherever, and that's it. And life is short. Things you just don't know. And all you have is right now. We don't know what's going to happen to us. We can't. People always like tomorrow and the next day. And I remember Jamie Foxx told me that a long time ago. Him and Yvette Wilson used to talk about the now. They had read this book, The Now. I said, y'all crazy. I said, y'all in that cult stuff. I remember that they gave me the book and they gave me the time. I was like, y'all tripping. And I didn't realize it's the truth.
Yeah, it is true.
Yesterday is gone. You can't get it back. We don't know what tomorrow is. And I think about Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was living his life. My friend David Arnold. They're living their life. But all you have is today. So if you waste today on complaints, on sadness, not speaking to somebody, being petty, you don't know if there is a tomorrow. So you have to be your best today. You have to be your happiest now, today, because you don't know. So that's how you have to live your life. This is right now in this space. I am enjoying you women. So that's what I have. So when I say my faith, I have to know that God has me now, and whatever is next, then that is His will, and I have to believe in that and pray in that and just embracing that, and even with my child, because when you're young, you think you have forever. You can't teach that until you get 85 years old. Like I want to tell you right now, I do a lot of interviews. I have another 1,500 today. And tomorrow and Thursday. But I will tell you, ladies, and I go all over the country and I interview and been doing that. This is one of the best interviews that I've had in a long time.
That's amazing.
Really
That makes us feel so good.
Great questions, great personalities. I want to applaud you, and I wish you luck with your show.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's amazing.
I want you to tell people, we know how to find you, but for our audience, let them know, we talked about everything, how to find all your stuff coming up.
You can find me at my house. Y'all can come over. Yes, honey, I need them. But social media across the board, please follow me. Kym, K-Y-M, Whitley, W-H-I-T-L-E-Y. That's Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I don't know, was it TikTok? I was like,
Tiki-Taki?
I don't know.
Tiki-Taki.
I just started messing with that, but across the board.
Okay, so we can just put your name in, we can find her. We know how to find you. We have enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoy it too. We will see you soon. Come on, DJ X-Ray, take it away.